15 years ago, I left America. I couldn't fully explain why back then, just this nagging feeling that something was missing. I followed what I can only call God's nudge to the Philippines, not knowing it would completely change my life. Now, as I stroll down these familiar paths in the province I call home, I want to share something that hit me right in the heart. It's called the Panatang Makabayan, the patriotic oath that Filipino kids recite in school every morning. When someone in our community shared it with me, it was like a light bulb went off. Those simple words help me understand what I've been feeling all of these years. The spirit of the Philippines that saved my soul and gave me what I've been searching for. The Panatang Makabayan starts like this. I love the Philippines, the land of my birth, the home of my people. It protects me and helps me become strong, hardworking, and honorable. Now, I wasn't born here, but I found protection in these islands too. Not just physical safety, but a kind of spiritual shield. Something that guards against the cynicism and disconnection I felt back in America. I remember when I was a kid in America, we had something similar every morning. My classmates and I would stand, hands over our hearts, and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Those words, under God, were added in 1954 during Eisenhower's time. Back then, faith wasn't something you had to hide. It was part of our national identity, something we shared. But over the years, I watched as those traditions faded away. Faith became something private, something we didn't talk about. And with that, I think we lost something important. The shared values that held us together. The Panatang Makabayan continues. And of course, I'm speaking to you in English today, so let's continue. Because I love the Philippines, I will heed the counsel of my parents. I will obey the rules of my school. I will perform the duties of a patriotic citizen, serving, studying, and praying faithfully. These aren't just words kids memorize. They're lived out here every day. It's not just about saying the right things. It's about living them. I will heed the counsel of my parents. In America, I saw us slowly stop valuing the wisdom of our elders. We were always chasing the next big thing, leaving the old behind. But here in the Philippines, I see the beautiful tradition of manopo, where young people take an elderly's hand and press it to their forehead as a sign of respect. This isn't just a gesture. It's a way of saying, your wisdom matters. I've seen families living together, grandparents helping raise grandkids, and advice being sought from those who've lived longer lives. When I first got here, it seemed kind of old-fashioned. Now when I look back on that, I get it. It's about keeping that chain of wisdom alive, something my birth country has mostly forgotten. I will obey the rules of my school. I will perform the duties of a patriotic citizen. Even with limited resources, I've seen an incredible dedication to education here. Kids walk miles to school, rain or shine. Parents make huge sacrifices to get their kids books and uniforms. But here, education isn't just about personal success. It's about giving back to the community. What you learn is meant to be shared. This sense of connection has changed me. In America, I was taught that success meant standing on your own. Here I've learned that real strength comes from standing together, serving, studying, and praying faithfully. Faith here isn't just a Sunday thing. It's part of everyday life. Baholana, leaving things in God's hands after you've done your best, isn't about giving up. It's about trust. I've seen people with almost nothing share what little they have. I've watched communities come together after typhoons, not with anger, but with prayer and teamwork. In America, we used to understand this connection between faith and citizenship. When we said, one nation under God, it wasn't just words. It was a reminder that our rights and responsibilities came from something bigger than ourselves. But as faith got pushed to the sidelines, something important was lost. Here in the Philippines, the oath's mix of service, education, and faith shows how these things belong together. It's healed the brokenness I felt in my old life. I offer my life, dreams, successes to the Philippine nation. These words capture what I've experienced, a shift in what matters, In America, I was chasing my own dreams. Here, I found meaning in being part of something bigger. The habits I needed to let go of, and I'm still working on it, it's work in progress, is selfishness. Always wanting more. Feeling disconnected from the land and the people around me. The endless chase for more that never really satisfied. Living among people who live out the Panatang Makabayan has changed me. I've learned to slow down, to value relationships over stuff, to find joy in the simple things, to see that real wealth isn't about what you have, but what you give. This isn't about romanticizing poverty or hardship. It's about recognizing the wisdom and values that put what truly matters first. As I walk these roads, I feel so grateful. The Philippines didn't just give me a new home. It gave me a new way of seeing the world. I don't know why God led me here 15 years ago, but now I get what I found. The chance to raise my family surrounded by these values, to be part of a culture that still remembers what so many have forgotten. The Panatang Makabayan isn't just for those born here. It's wisdom for anyone willing to listen. Its spirit can heal what's broken in all of us. Maybe someday America will find its way back to the values it once held. When we stood together as kids, hands over our hearts, pledging to be one nation under God, with liberty and justice for all. Until then, I'm thankful to have found these timeless truths alive and well in my adopted home. From the provinces of the Philippines, this is Raising Roots Abroad.